Hello students, I hope you all are fine today. I am Shweta Shrivastava, your science teacher from Vidya Balbhavan School, is going to review your knowledge regarding a topic that we have already run, that is sorting material into groups. Yes, we have already covered in this chapter how do we sort the things into groups. In what we have done, how and why we have done that. To make our day-to-day life easier, we sort the things and keep it at a one place so that when we need it, we can take it with at our ease. So there are different ways of classifying those materials or sorting those materials. Sorting is equal to classification only. So according to those properties, we can easily judge how do we use certain things. For example, our first property was appearance. How do the object appear? Whether they are lustrous or non-lustrous, that is whether they are shiny or non-shiny. And our second property was hardness. Yes, whether they are hard, whether they are soft, according to which we can use them in our day-to-day life. And the third one was our solubility, whether they are soluble or insoluble in water, due to which we can use them in whatever things they are required. So, and the last one was that is second last, flotation, whether they will float in water or sink in water. Last one was our transparency, whether they are transparent, translucent and opaque. So we already know all things, we have already discussed also this in class. I hope you all have undergone a revision of all such things. Let us begin with our question answer. Our first question is, define the term classification using an example to explain its meaning. Basically, we want to define the term classification, what is actual classification and how we can classify the things. So our answer is, I hope you must be noting down while I am dictating or while I am explaining you. Or you can do one thing, you can understand the answer, pause the video and write in your notebook there itself. So let us begin. Grouping things together on the basis of certain similar property is called classification. As I already told you, when we group things together, like they are hard, like they are soft, so likewise we can group things together on the basis of certain similar properties. For example, let us clear this with an example. Our example is, a single material can be used to make different objects like wood. Wood can be used to make table, chair, window or doors. Yes. A single material can make so many things. The best example, as you can see in your class also, the door is made up of wood. The windows slab is also made up of wood, that is a window frame. Your desks are also made up of wood. Even my podium in which I kept the things, and they are also made up of wood. So a single material wood can make so many things. So that is the classification we have done. Like wood can make several other things. So grouping things together, this all things we have grouped together as they are made up of a single material, that is wood. So grouping things together on the basis of certain similar property. The similar property was our wood, and things are all such things that I have written here. So this is table, chair, windows or door. So all such things are made up of wood. I hope you are clear with this answer. So our second question is, explain the relationship between object and material. Basically they are asking us what is an object, what is a material and how they have a common relationship. So let us begin with our answer. An object is made up of one or more materials. Of course, object is made up of one or more materials. For example, a t-shirt, that is an object, is made up of fabric, that is a material, or cake is made up of flour, butter, baking powder, eggs. Yes, I have already told you in class also. A cake is not made up of a single thing. You can't make with only with the flour cake. That of course must not be very tasty. So you just put many several things inside the cake. Yes, that is flour, baking soda, eggs, butter, or other things you want to add up in this, you can add. So this many all materials make up a single thing, that is cake. So cake is basically an object and the things that you have put inside it to make it successful or to make it able to taste properly or taste it yummy. So those things that you have put inside the cake while making it taste, those are the materials, and cake is an object. Similarly, t-shirt that you wore in your home, t-shirt is an object and it is made up of fabric, as we have already covered fiber to fabric chapter, in which we have seen several kinds of fabric like cotton, like woolen, like the silk, like the mixed cotton. So this all cotton, woolen, this all are the materials, and it is making a single thing, that is a t-shirt. So t-shirt is an object, material are those cotton, those woolen. So basically an object is made up of one or more material. Yes, it can be made up of a single material, it can be made up of different kinds of materials. So that is a relationship between an object and a material. I hope this is clear with you. Let us see what is our third question. Our third question is, list 5 ways in which materials can be classified. Yes, beta. What are the different, basically they are asking us the properties, how do we classify, and that I have already told you in the beginning of the video. Like, materials can be classified according to appearance, according to hardness, according to solubility, according to the ability to float, and according to the transparency. Here we have only to list. We do not have to explain it further. So while we are listing it, I hope you are clear with all these 5 properties. Appearance, how do they appear, like they are lustrous, like they are non-lustrous, they are whether hard, they are whether soft. Solubility, they are whether soluble, they are insoluble. This all things needs to be right here or understood here. Like, what is solubility, what is the ability to float, whether they will float in water, whether they will sink in water. Last one is our transparency, that is whether they are transparent, whether they are translucent, whether they are opaque. So all these things, we do not have to write all such things. The further classification of all these 5 terms, we just has to live. You can write like this, or you can write in a straight way like A, B, C, D, E. So that is your wish to write it in a well presented way. I hope you are writing also in your notebooks. Now our next question is, compare and contrast soluble and insoluble materials, giving 2 examples for each. Yes, they are now asking about the further classification of soluble and insoluble materials. As the name suggests, soluble means there are things that are soluble in water, that easily dissolves in water. Yes, and those things that do not easily dissolve in water, they are known as insoluble materials. So our first one is soluble materials, that is materials that completely dissolves in water are soluble materials. Yes, that completely dissolves in water. For example, salt in water and ink in water. You can see in your home also, like you're dissolving the sugar in water. With the spoon, it dissolves very faster, and within a time, the sugar completely dissolves in water. So that sugar is that soluble material, that is, it completely it is soluble in water. Next one is the insoluble materials. What are insoluble? That are not, that completely are not dissolved in water. That is, materials that do not dissolve in water completely are called insoluble. Yes, somewhat they can mix in water, but completely they will never dissolve in water. For example, sand in water. Yes, when you will put a glass of sand in a glass of water, what you will see after some time, sand will settle in the bottom. So that settling part, that not dissolving part, that is the insoluble part. That is, sand in water are insoluble. So example is sand in water or oil in water. Yes, oil in water is also a good example. While you put the oil in water, you will see a layer of oil that is on the upper side of that water. It separates out easily, that is, they are not dissolving in water. So oil in water and sand in water are the examples of insoluble materials. I hope you are clear with both the answers, like the properties as well as the soluble and the insoluble. That's how you will do, and you will also have to write the table at like this. Only you will write in a proper way in your notebook too. Let us see our next question. The next question says, give 2 examples of each of the following. Here 3 things are given. We have to give the examples, 2 examples. Also, I am explaining you the examples here, but you can write your own example, but that must be correct. Our first example question is lustrous material. What are lustrous materials? Of course, the lustrous materials are those materials that gives the shine. Yes. So, some girls must be wearing earrings in their ears, and that must be, some are wearing the gold earrings also. So, the gold you are wearing, that are actually a material that gives the shine, and those materials which gives the shine are known as the lustrous material. For example, gold and silver, they are our lustrous material. Our second question is the materials that do not float in water. What are those kinds of materials that do not float in water? I have already explained you. The materials that are heavier than water and are easily sinks in water. They do not float in water. The example are iron, stone, pebbles. Yes, this any 2 you can write. Iron, stone, pebbles, they are very heavy. So while we put in the water, they easily goes down in the water instead of floating. So they do not float in water. Next one is our soft materials. What are the, how do we classify any material is soft or not? I have given you the 3 criteria of classifying. Any material that can be tear down, that can be broken, that can be tear down, that can be broken, or that can be easily break, that are known as soft materials. For example, cotton and wool. You can easily tear that, you can easily break that, you can easily separate them easily. So they are known, the examples are cotton and wool. They are basically the, also one that is compressed. Yes, I remember, compressed, you can easily compress them also. So they are cotton and wool. So these are the examples. I hope you have reviewed the knowledge in whatever been covered in this question answer, and you are writing also. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye.